This time, we'd like to welcome Denny Hamlin, who qualified second for Sunday's Auto Club 400. Denny, talk to us a little bit about your practice today and qualifying for Sunday's race.
Yeah, it's been a good day, really. Just focusing on qualifying and things like that. I've really never worked so hard to work on just one lap before as much as I have this week. So it's just trying to get better. Last week we had issues at Bristol, and that was because we qualified bad. So we can't put ourselves in the middle of the pack every week, and so we're trying to slowly work to get better at qualifying, and I feel like I'm taking steps to do that.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for Denny here in the driver press conference room. Just raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. Pat?
Pat Patterson, PRN Series. How close was your setup to Joey's, or what, were you close at all?
We weren't. I just looked just a minute ago, and we were really on two different spectrums. So it's tough to say why that is. Usually we're a little bit different from those guys, but we've just kind of been on our own agenda all day and trying to figure it out. So we'd been the better car in practice usually, but when it comes to qualifying, we're usually the worst of the Gibbs cars. So we just kind of stayed to our own plan today.
We welcome also at this time Juan Pablo Montoya, driver of the number 42 Target Chevrolet, who qualified on the pole for Sunday's Auto Club 400. We'll open it up for both drivers, Denny and Juan, here in the driver press conference room. Raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. As always, please state your name and affiliation. Any questions in the driver press conference room?
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
1 second.
Oh, okay. Hey, great. Congratulations. I think it's well-deserved. When you came from Formula driving to NASCAR, what was your hard adjustment?
Just the cars themselves. Racing is racing, and anything you do, you just race. It's not a big difference. It's just getting used to the size of the car and how much movement are on the cars. From one car, the platform of the car is really stiff and it's very predictable. With this, it's you turn the wheel and you get movement and things that 5 years on, I still sometimes get my foot off the throttle.
Still on the learning curve.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Diego Mejia, Speed in America. Juan, if I remember well, for the past 2 years, you kind of got it wrong on Turn 4. How different was it this time?
I still got it wrong.
Really?
I didn't screw the exit as much because I normally get on the gas too early, and I end up washing up to the wall. So I got in the gas, and as soon as I felt the rear come around, I lifted. I said, wait a little longer. So I think I could have been a little bit faster, but I nailed 1 and 2, and that paid off.
How confident are you for Sunday?
I don't know. We'll see. That's what the car will give us. It's hard to say what the car is going to do. I think we got a decent car. We always run good here, but the main thing, we're in really good position in the points, and got to take advantage of that.
Okay, we'll take it to the media center. Any questions from the media center for Denny or Juan?
I got a question.
They have another one behind you.
Any questions from the media center?
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah.
on, sir. Hold 1 second.
Oh,
Yeah, this is for Denny. Denny, this is Tom Jensen from Speed.com. How much do you think luck plays a role in the factors of how people have started the season? Because there's some guys who started really, really poorly, like Joey, through no fault of his own, and there's some guys who've been really hot. Where do you weigh in on the luck side of that?
I think the luck plays a factor in the guys that have had a bad start of the season because of wrecks and blown engines. I think it's not luck for the guys that have started off good. You start off good because you ran good these first 4 races. You've been solid. You finished in the top 10, and those are the guys that are in the top. Those were in the top 10 in points. So that's not luck, them finishing there. What is bad luck is the guys that have had blown motors and tires and things like that. Is it bad luck because the car wasn't set up right, what have you? But the driver couldn't control that. So yeah, luck plays a factor, but it's different for everyone.
Are there any other questions for Denny? We'll take those first. Let Denny get out of here, and then continue with Juan. Any other questions for Denny? We got you just for Denny. Okay, we'll take Bob.
Mine's for both.
Okay.
Bob Power, Christine Daly. Would this mean any different if everybody had gotten in full practice, or does this mean less, considering that pretty much everybody just did a few laps in qualifying trim, it seemed like, in practice?
It's probably good for me. As bad as I am in qualifying, the least amount of practice everyone else has is better off in my favor. But I think it was about the same.
It's the same, isn't it?
We had
I did 3 runs.
We had 45 minutes of practice, basically. But most 45 minutes, people are in race trim of the first practice anyway. So you had about the same amount of time in qualifying trim as you would on a regular day. It's just people had to cut out their race trim to start the day.
Yeah, exactly. We went out and we found 2 ways to screw up the car and put it back.
Denny, thank you very much.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate your time. Good luck on Sunday. We'll take it back to the media center. Any more questions for Juan?
Yes, Reed Spencer with Sporting News for Juan. So far this year, you haven't had the sort of qualifying efforts that we've come to expect of you. What turned it around today?
I would love to know. I really don't know. As long as we have the race pace we've been having this year, I'll tell you the truth, I don't mind qualifying in the back. You can make. Brian has been making really good, calls all year, and you can always come. If you have a good car, you can always come back. But always will make pit selection better. There's a lot of things that are better by qualifying good, and I think you can look after the car more during the race. So I think that always helps. What it changed? I don't know. I'll tell you the truth. When there was a lot less grip in practice in qualifying than there was at the beginning of practice. So I don't know. He told me everybody's running about the same, so I thought it should be a little bit more for us because my lap in practice at the beginning really sucked.
Any more questions from the media center?
Yeah.
No more questions in the media center.
Any more questions in here?
You can ask, sir.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. What do you think about racing on this particular racetrack?
I think it's really cool. It's really, really technical. It's really hard because it's so wide. There's so many different grooves. It makes life really interesting. You're gonna have people that run below the white line and make it work, and so people are against the fence like myself that make it work. So it's very technical. If you get it right, it's really, really fast.
Juan, thank you very much for your time. Good luck on Sunday.